Do you believe that pets can be reincarnated and come back to you? I do. And here's my story about my personal experience. So about 6 years ago, I lost my beloved Sophie. That is the cat up here. And Sophie was very fluffy. She was very loving. I had her for 14 years. And she just knew she could read me. She loved going downstairs in the basement. She would eat her food. Like she would always leave the middle, so she'd eat at the outer corner of the food. And she had a certain spot on the couch downstairs that she loved to go. She loved being on the pillow. She had a very distinct personality about her, as all fur babies do. But she really owned the house. Like she ran the house. So what happened was she passed away, and I took it really hard because at the time, I was a new mother. My husband at the time, didn't think it was a good idea to get any more fur babies until the kids were a little bit older. So years passed, and one time I woke up and a picture of Sophie appeared on one of my social media, and I heard "Come Get Me." And I had a vision of a cat shelter, so I went to the cat shelter. And really, I had a 3-month-old, at the time, and a toddler. So this was not on my mind. But I was being urged to go, and I kept hearing, "Come get me, come get me." And it was like Sophie's energy. So I went into the cat place and the shelter, and I went in, and I have this 3-month-old who's screaming and crying, and all the cats scattered except for this little kitten here. She tries to jump in to get into my daughter, to comfort her, and she was purring away. And I was talking to the people at the shelter saying, "I think I need an older cat because I had a cat at home and I don't know what to do." Anyway, so they said, "I think this cat is picking you out." So anyways, I take her home, and keep in mind, by this time I was a single mom. That's why I had my cats. I was a single mom by then, and I had to rent out my basement. So I brought this little kitten home. We called her Missy Boo. And immediately she walked into the house like she knew she knew it. And she went right down to where the steps were to go downstairs. But of course, I rented out the basement, so it was closed off. And she kept scratching at it. She kept wanting to go downstairs. And remember, this is a kitten. She's never been there. So I go to feed her, and how does she eat her food? She eats it all around the corner and leaving the middle. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this Sophie? And I look into her eyes, and it's just a familiarity, and she gets up on my pillow, and she's around my head just like Sophie was. And I instantly knew that this was Sophie's energy in my Missy Boo. Now, there's definitely some different personalities. Like, as you can tell, she still has the long fur. She's a female, but she just still has these beautiful eyes and just much of a healer. So she came back to me and she nudged me. So if you are, if you have a fur baby that you lost, remember, sometimes you have a connection to them on a soul level, and they may come back to you. So I was very fortunate that Sophie came back as Missy Boo. She's now 6 years old, well adjusted. She runs the household just like she did in her past life with us. She eats a little bit more than her last life, but maybe that was one of her lessons, is learn to enjoy food. But I'm so blessed that she came back. So I hope that's been helpful. And if you have a story about how your animals came back to you, love to hear from you. I also do animal readings as well. If you ever want to connect with me to do a mini animal reading, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I hope that's been helpful. Bye for now.